I just found out what is a very interesting fact, at least to me anyway, maybe to you too. Now, as you know, Biden administration has proposed 10,000 US dollar federal tax incentives and 12,500 federal tax incentives for unionized automakers in America for EVs. Now, they haven't actually passed this yet, unfortunately, so currently you get nothing if you buy a Tesla. Well, the great irony of all of this is the Ford Mustang Mach-E is built in Mexico. In fact, 90% of the Mustang Mach-E has nothing to do with America. So Americans think when they buy a Mustang Mach-E, they're buying an American car. It's not. It is a Chinese and Mexican car. Very interesting. Now, the other irony is that the Tesla Model 3 is the most American car you can buy. And in third place, the Tesla Model Y is the third most American-made car you can buy. Now, how do I know this? Well, since 2005, Cars.com has compiled a list of qualifying vehicles built and bought in the United States. This year's study ranked 90 vehicles through 5 categories of major criteria: assembly location, parts content, engine origins, transmission origins, and US manufacturing workforce. For the first time in the 16-year history of the index, Tesla has topped the list, also becoming the first all-electric car to capture the top spot from vehicles like the Ford Mustang, Chevrolet Corvette, and the Jeep Cherokee, 3 long-standing vehicles that have been included in the index's past rankings. Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. Great to have you here. Now guys, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so that you get notifications in your feed. Otherwise, you won't. And if you're back again because you've already subscribed, guys, great to have you back again. Good to see you. I'm looking to actually start doing some test drives of EVs in the very near future, so look out for those videos in your feed. Now, the Tesla Model 3 has captured Cars.com's American-made index, a monumental achievement for the automaker's mass-market sedan. Not only is the recognition a huge feather in the cap of Tesla, but also, let's be honest, for the electric vehicle movement. It is the first time an EV has ever topped the list, ever. Now, the Model 3 topped the list after coming in 4th place in 2020, and obviously now Tesla has significantly increased its American workforce and also increased the amount of things they're making in America. So, guys, let's be honest, if you're an American and you want to support American products, honestly, I have a certain level of patriotism. If we had a car manufacturer like Tesla in Australia, I sure as hell would be supporting them, especially if I knew that the majority of that car was being manufactured in Australia. That's a really good thing to get behind and support. And remember, you're not just supporting a car manufacturer, you're supporting clean energy. And to me, that's why living right now in the best time in human history to be alive is so exciting. EVs are getting better and better. Technology is constantly improving, and the prices are coming down further and further and further. By 2030, electric vehicles will be far cheaper to manufacture than an ICE vehicle. Wow, awesome times. Now, the other incredible thing about the Tesla Model 3 was that it was the 16th best-selling car in the world. I'm not talking EVs. I'm just talking cars in 2020. The 16th best-selling car in the world in 2020. And obviously Elon is saying the Tesla Model Y will outsell the Model 3. And clearly that's pretty likely considering how popular mid-sized SUVs are right now. Interestingly, the Tesla Model Y actually came 3rd in this list, just behind the Ford Mustang. Not the Mustang Mach-E, the Ford Mustang. In 4th place was the Jeep Cherokee. 5th place, the Chevrolet Corvette. In 6th place, the Honda Ridgeline. 7th place, the Honda Odyssey. 8th place, the Honda Pilot. 9th place, the Honda Passport. And in 10th place, the Toyota Tundra. Now, what is so insane about this list is the fact that 5 of these 10 cars, 5 of the top 10 most American cars that you can buy in America, are actually from Japanese companies. So what is going on at Dodge, Ram, GM, and Ford? Why are these guys not manufacturing cars in America? And if they are, of course they are, we all know they are, why are so many parts of these cars coming from outside of the United States? This to me is really disappointing, and it's a real blight on these companies. Now, the key to Tesla's overwhelming domestic production process of its vehicles starts with the company's focus on vertical integration. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has commented on the company's focus on this in the past, highlighting the automaker's general strategy of creating its own machinery to design things. To Musk, this could be one of the company's biggest advantages over competitors due to Tesla's ability to not depend on manufacturers to provide parts. Instead, Tesla can basically build a car from the ground up using what it has in-house to an extent. Of course, the company still utilizes suppliers for things like tires and glass, but the bulk of the car is produced by Tesla. That percentage, though, guys, remember this, is only going to increase with Tesla actually manufacturing their own battery cells, the 4680 battery cell. That will mean that an even greater percentage of the car is American made and made by Americans in America. Panasonic, in large part, won't be involved. Of course, Panasonic is looking to build the 4680 battery cells as well as Tesla. However, the bulk of 4680 battery cell production will be done by Tesla. Tesla is absolutely vertically integrated compared to other auto companies, or basically almost any company, Elon said during the Q3 2020 earnings call. We have a massive amount of internal manufacturing technology that we build ourselves. We literally make the machine. In fact, we design it. So okay, what are the things we want to make? Design a machine that will make that thing, then we make the machine. This makes it quite difficult to copy Tesla. And then he says, well, we're not actually opposed to people copying us, but it's quite difficult because you can't do catalog engineering, which is what pretty much every other auto manufacturer except for BYD does. Catalog engineering. When they want to build a car, they go to Bosch, they go to whoever it is, all the different auto parts suppliers, and they pick from a catalog. We'll take that, we'll take that, we'll take that, we'll take that. Voila, we have a car. And Musk said, you can't just pick up the supplier catalog. I'll get one of those machines, one of that machine, bingo. I'm now a Tesla. You have to, there is no catalog. You have to vertically integrate and build those components yourself. Now, of course, building them yourself leads to a greater understanding of how those parts work and how they integrate with everything else in the car. Now, guys, what about if we look at insurance? Well, of course, Tesla's just getting into insurance, which I believe will be extremely profitable for them because of the enormous amounts of data they can take from the cars. They can already find out what that person drives like, and then they can tailor the insurance to you based on your driving style, habits, risk tolerance, etc., etc. Now, Kelsey Mays, assistant managing editor and AMI's lead researcher, commented, Tesla has now cemented itself firmly on Cars.com's American-made index, with the Model 3 and the Model Y taking the number 1 and number 3 spots, respectively. The 2021 AMI arrives against the backdrop of scarce inventory and a microchip shortage and heightened consumer demand. Despite this, there remains a high consumer focus on buying American-made vehicles as the economy is still emerging from the effects of the pandemic. For those interested in making the biggest impact here, the index gives shoppers a way to purchase the most American-made vehicle. Now, guys, to be fair, obviously the index isn't perfect. Probably hard for Cars.com to work out exactly where every single part in the car comes from, especially when we're talking about ICE cars here, because ICE cars have thousands upon thousands of parts. Imagine the difficulty of stripping down every ICE car to find out where every part comes from. So I imagine the research put into this couldn't possibly be that extensive, and it's probably more generalized. However, I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually true that the Tesla Model 3 and the Tesla Model Y are first and third place, maybe even first and second place respectively, due to, well, one thing we do know about Tesla, like I just said, vertical integration. And guys, remember, that's one of the things that really makes these cars work. That's one of the reasons that Tesla was the first company, even though it's the newest car company, to be able to have over-the-air updates, or OTAs, as they're said in short. Personally, I'm really excited about the concept of being able to wake up in the morning and see that my car now has more power, better efficiency, new features, new games, fixes to issues, etc., etc. It's a pretty damn cool feature. And of course, it's really enabled because of Tesla's vertical integration. Now guys, what do you think about this list? would the fact that a Tesla is made in America by Americans and is mostly American parts manufactured in America, would that encourage you to be more likely to buy a Tesla knowing this information? Do you care if your car is made in America or somewhere else or in China? Personally, I have no real political standpoint. A lot of people call me a Tesla fanboy or a BYD fanboy, or say I have some political, I'm being paid by some government, or I have some sort of political leanings. The truth is, what I care about is economics and the future of the world. And I believe EVs, companies like Tesla, BYD, and many other companies that are heading in the right direction are taking us towards that future. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.